What if the husband can provide everything? It's not about money. It's about the sacrifice of my time, my effort, my energy. I don't want, like, I know myself. I don't want to have a baby because what the baby's going to keep me up all night, and I'm not going to stay up all night for a fucking kid. I'm not. Second of all, the responsibility, like, oh, the baby needs this, the baby needs that. I want to spend all my money on myself. I don't want to spend it on a thing, on a child. Not on a thing. That was messed up. Sorry. I just really don't want kids, and I don't want to manifest it on myself. And trust me, I love kids. Like, I have a nephew. Like, I have a little sister. I love them to death. But the best part about it is that they go back to their parents. Right. So, like, they go back to their parents, and I don't have to deal with it. I love them for like 2 hours, and then I'm like, okay, you need to go back to your parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't be full-time having a baby. I just really can't. It's not my thing. I don't have that mother instinct in me, and at least I'm honest. Exactly, soul to store. Hi, Spanish. 10 years from now, you might feel differently. Honestly, probably, Becca. Like, maybe I will feel differently. I feel like I think like that because of my age, too. It's just that, like, okay, this is my mentality, right? I think, like, in my head, I'm like, all this money that all the money that I make, right? Imagine, like, 100% of that going to a child. So, like, I'm busting my ass working, and then the kid just takes it all. Like, no, I worked for that. Like, that's, like, my mentality. And I know that's, like, really messed up. But, like, no. That's my... Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't... Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm very safe. Like, I've been celibate. I don't put myself in a position to get pregnant. So... I think that's very selfless because there's people out here that get pregnant and they're drug addicts and they're shitty parents and they bring children into this world just for those children to suffer. When in reality, what I'm doing is avoiding that. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell this to people, like, if I get into a relationship or I'm talking to someone, I'm very clear on my stance on that. And if they don't... Exactly, for example, Krishan... She was drinking her whole pregnancy and look what happened. That's really what's selfish. Yeah, having kids is a big responsibility. And I have so much respect for mothers because women that have children are so strong and selfless. And bro, I just admire them so much and have so much respect for mothers because it's like, I know myself and I could not do it. I am not strong enough. So for them to be strong and to take on that sacrifice and responsibility is so respectable. Because if you think about it, right? People say that abortion is selfish. But the main reasons why people get them is because they know that they don't want to take on that responsibility. And if you know that you're going to be a shitty mother, why even bring a child into this world to suffer? Do you guys get my mentality? Like, you get what I'm saying? Am I crazy? Or am I tripping? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you get pregnant and you want a baby, like, you're ready to take on that responsibility and you know that you will be a good mother, that's completely different than getting pregnant and keeping it just because you just feel like it, and then when you have the baby, you just don't care for the baby. Like, that's messed up, and I feel like that's really the definition of selfish. But being responsible and not bringing a child into this world to suffer that's messed up, you know? And I feel like a lot of people who don't want kids get hated on. They get called selfish and all these things, but really it's like I believe that women should have their bodily autonomy over themselves. Like, you can pick and choose what to do with your body. And I don't think abortion is bad because you know what I think is bad? Having a baby and not being there for your child. when you could have just gotten an abortion, and that child wouldn't have existed. It would have not suffered. Honestly, they need to know that what their life is going to be about before making the decision. Exactly, 100%, Miriam. Being responsible would not be getting pregnant if you don't want to be. Exactly, Destiny. 100%. Are you a dancer? No. I should be, though. Shit, I'd make a lot of money. Yes, Rios. They're just continuing the generational trauma. For example, so I think, so in my personal opinion, my dad, so when him and my mom got divorced, he was like still like stuck on my mom. Like he was still like in love with my mom, and it was obvious. And he was looking for a new, thank you, BM. He was definitely like still stuck on my mom, but his excuse was, oh, I want a family figure for you, when I never needed that. I just needed my dad. And he got a wife that used him to get citizenship into this country, which is why I have like very mixed feelings, but that's a topic for another day. But she used my dad to get into this country. Like she basically had a stroke when her citizenship papers got denied. What lashes are these? This is it's Kiss Lashes Pompadour. If you want to screenshot it, Pompadour. They're actually really fire. I love these lashes. What I do though is I put like the lash all the way here, and then I put mascara. Yeah, of course. So anyways, my dad wasn't a present father after he married that woman. Like she treated me like shit. She was abusive towards me. She told me that my dad loved her more than he loved me, and she ripped up pictures of my mom that I had in my room. And it was just like super toxic, and she like did a lot of shit and like used my dad for money. Like my dad, like she wouldn't let my dad buy me anything. And you know what pissed me off was that my dad let her do it. Like I blame her, yes, but I blame my dad even more because I was his child, not hers. So then when she had a baby, I thought, oh, maybe she just wanted a family with my dad. No, she abandoned her daughter. Like my little sister doesn't have a mom now because the bitch chose to get pregnant. And I wish, and I know, and obviously I don't wish for my little sister that she would have been aborted, but that's why I believe that if you would not be able to be a mother, then don't have kids. Because now my little sister doesn't have a mother, and she's being raised by my dad on his own. And my little sister sees me as like her mother figure. And that's like the only baby in my life that I love to death. That I don't mind being around her 24/7. Like that is my literal, like, she's like the best thing ever that came from my dad. Other than me, of course. I'm just kidding. But, and she looks just like me, which makes it like insane. And she's like 5 now. She's 5 years old. And what like broke my heart was when she told me, she's like, my mom was nice to me today. My mom was nice to me today. So I told my dad, I was like, give the phone back to dad. I told him, I'm like, what the fuck does she mean mom was nice to me today? And he's like, she's a kid, like kids talk. I'm like, no. I'm like, what do you mean today? So what does she do other days? He's like, no, she meant like, and I'm like, she didn't mean shit. She meant what she said. And my dad, like, he doesn't, like, her mom just abandoned her. And before she abandoned her, she treated her like shit, leaving my little sister home all day by herself. And she was only like a 2-year-old. And my dad would be working. She would leave her home alone as a 2-year-old. And I threatened my dad. I said, I will get custody of her. Either that or I will call CPS and have her go with my grandparents who actually love her. And he got scared and he fucking divorced her. Because once I found out, I literally was going to take a flight there. I was like, ain't no way. And my dad was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then like stalking my page now too is insane, because like she's like, karma got her so bad because now she's like an alcoholic and she's like living with her friend when she wanted the American dream. Oh, I wanted the American dream. And she told my dad all the time, she's like, we should get a bigger house. Oh, get me a new Chanel bag. And my dad would do it like an idiot. But when I wanted something, oh, you're ungrateful. You're very ungrateful. You don't see the roof over your head. You don't see the clothes I got you. So that's why I said what I said, because the bitch literally used my dad to get citizenship here. And it's like, and then she's always preaching like, oh yeah, get citizenship the right way. Always preaching all this shit. But she didn't do it. Like, she literally used my dad for money and for citizenship. That's all she wanted. And then she had a baby just to abandon her fucking child and go and do her own thing. Who? My stepmom. Well, my ex-stepmom, because my dad's divorced her. She was a big-ass gold digger. Like, I remember my dad, for my birthday, he threw, like, this really big party. Like, it was, like, a little boat thing. And she's like, how much money did you spend on this? Like, it's a child's birthday party. Why do you need to spend so much money? Like, bitch. F you. Yeah, she's Moroccan. And that's why I don't fuck with Moroccan bitches. Because they're all the fucking same. Like, they're all like that. And, like, I go to Morocco and I see all these women that are like that. And it's annoying. And I'm Moroccan, so I can say that. So, me, I dealt with that trauma. But I told my dad, I'm like, I don't care that I dealt with that trauma. If you let my little sister go through that, like, you should have learned your lesson with me. And my dad literally told me, he's like, I made a mistake with you. I'm not going to let the same mistake happen with Aline, my little sister. And that kind of hurt me. But then I was like, you know what? I respect that. As long as she's okay. But the fact that I was supposed to be an example for him. So, like, as the oldest, I'm kind of just like, okay, like, it's fine. But, like, my Moroccan stepmom threw us all out of the house. My dad's still with her. Oh, hell no. Yeah, she didn't have the power to do that, my stepmom. She could if she had the power. She would if she could. Not every Moroccan are like that. Listen, my Arab side of my family, they're all gold diggers. They all married rich men. That's their only goal in life. My cousin, literally, my grandparents sent her to Dubai so that she could marry, like, this old-ass guy with, like, a bunch of money. And that's, like, their only goal in life. And I can say that because I'm Moroccan. And it's a thing. Because there's a lot of poverty in Morocco. So they want to find, like... Luckily, my grandparents have money in Morocco. Like, they're, like, a big deal there. So they think they're, like, they are status. But, like, my cousin... It was easier for my cousin to be with a rich man because of, like, my family. You know what I'm saying? But you're too honest. I know. It's I'm just saying the truth. Like, it's insane. Every Arab woman that I've met and that I know loves money. And that's where my mindset came from. Because I see, like, my dad always told me, he's like, you need to end up with a man with status. And you need to bring our last name something good. Don't embarrass our last name. Like, when I was, like, back in the day, like, when on TikTok, my dad would send me my TikToks and be like, why the fuck are you bringing this this I forgot what he said, but he's like, you're bringing our family a bad name by being on the internet like that and doing this and doing that. I didn't give a fuck because he didn't care about me. He just cared what other people thought about him from what I was doing. So my dad didn't raise me to be humble. He raised me to cheat your way into life. Because that's what Arabs do. And not all of them. Because I love Arabs. Like, I'm fucking Arab. But, like, most of them.